In Surah Al-Anfal, verse 8:1, we are told about the spoils of war. Allah says, "Say, such spoils are at the disposal of Allah and the Messenger, so fear Allah, and keep straight the relations between yourselves, obey Allah and His Messenger, if ye do believe." This tells us that the spoils of war aren't something to be fought over, they belong to Allah and the Messenger, and it's important for believers to maintain unity and follow the divine guidance without getting distracted by worldly rewards. Scholars like Ali Yunal explain that the word Anfal doesn't just refer to war gains, it's broader, encompassing extra rewards for those who serve in God's cause. This means that everything believers gain, even through battle, is for God's approval, not personal gain. A believer fights for God's cause, not for fame, riches, or glory. Now, let's look at the qualities of a true believer. In verses 8:2-8:4, we're told that believers are those who feel a tremor in their hearts when Allah is mentioned, who find their faith strengthened when they hear His signs, and who trust in their Lord. These are people who establish regular prayers and give freely from what they've been blessed with. They live their lives with true sincerity and earn grades of dignity with Allah. In verses 8:5-6, the surah highlights a time when the Prophet was ordered by Allah to go out and face an enemy army. Some of the believers were hesitant, seeing it as a certain death. They wanted an easier way out, like attacking a nearby caravan instead. But the true believers trusted in Allah's plan. They didn't back down from the difficult path, understanding that victory in Allah's cause is more important than worldly gains. In verse 8:7, Allah tells the believers about His will. Allah promised you one of the two bands of the enemy, that it should be yours. Some wanted the caravan, but Allah had a greater plan for them. He wanted them to confront the enemy forces head-on, to prove the truth of His word. This was the Battle of Badr, where the Prophet and his companions were outnumbered, but they stood firm for the truth, and despite the overwhelming odds, Allah promised them victory. In verse 8:9, the Prophet implored Allah for help, and Allah sent 1,000 angels to aid them. Now, while we don't take this literally in terms of physical angels fighting, it represents the unseen support that Allah provides, strengthening the hearts of the believers and filling the enemy with fear. This message reminds us that no matter how hard the struggle, Allah's help is always there, even when we can't see it.